Hey guys, it's your boy Wolfie. Now, we had a conversation on stream that came up when they asked me about how I felt about Hebo's root being removed in his three. I thought it was a terrible change. I think removing that weakness kind of hurts the game and is one of the things that happens in Smite more often than not that is at a huge detriment. Um, they remove weaknesses from characters because the way that Smite is designed right now is every character needs everything in the game to function, or they're physically just not good enough to compete with the other characters. I think that Hebo having that root on history was iconic to Hebo. It's not only as important for Hebo players to be rooted because they have to learn how to play around it, and that affects their decision making on whether they use the ability or not, or how they use the ability, etc., etc. But it also was an interaction for enemy players. And I think that in a game where there's not a lot of interaction for enemy players, it was very important to keep certain things like that in the game. That's an iconic thing. Just like when Agni bombs, when he roots himself, that's a perfect time to use abilities on said character. But now when you remove those weaknesses, it kind of just melds the gameplay together, because now I'm no longer looking for iconic things that I used to look for against Hebo. I'm just playing against a standard mage that hits hard, because I don't really have anything to play around. It's just the same stuff now. I don't have a weakness to look for. When you give characters everything, every character feels the same. That's what feels boring. And I feel like that's happened in Smite way too many times. Every single character has some form of escape. Every single character has some form of CC immune ult, etc., etc. Give or take a few of them. But for the most part, they all follow the same pattern. Again, a few of them don't, and a few of them are a little bit different from the rest of the pack, but those are so far and in between. And most of the time, they miss the mark with those characters, and they're not even viable. They just give up on them. Instead, we're left with characters who have to be able to one-shot, have to be able to kill you, have to be good early, mid, and late game, have to be able to clear the wave, have to be able to be mobile. Like, they have to use the standard build that everybody else uses, or you're not as good. Like, it's getting kind of boring. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but the best examples I can use are things like Elden Ring and fighting games. The things that make those games beautiful and great and fun and enjoyable, and why they're timeless classics, are because you have weaknesses. You know what I mean? You have things that people play against, and they work the entire strategy against. Your characters aren't able to do anything. Especially these Souls games like Elden Ring, you are limited in what you're able to do, especially early on in the game. And you use those limited resources and those limited things you're able to do, and you do the best you can to overcome overwhelming challenges. And that's what makes it feel so rewarding. But not only you have weaknesses, but the bosses have weaknesses and the enemies have weaknesses, and you're encouraged to learn how to play around that. And that's where the fun from the game comes from. If you were perfect and the bosses were perfect all the time, it wouldn't really be a fun experience. It's the weaknesses that your character has that allows you and the enemy to adjust your strategy based around it. Maybe you're good enough to make up for your weakness. Maybe your weakness isn't really a weakness versus a certain character. Maybe someone can exploit that weakness really hard, but that doesn't really happen in Smite anymore. It's not really a thing. I haven't seen a character designed for a specific role in a while. Junglers are no longer designed for just the jungle. They're designed to be able to be played middle, ADC, and solo lane. Why? Well, just in case our players want to be able to do it. It's okay to make a character not able to lane. It's okay to make a character that can only jungle. It's okay to make a character that can only solo lane. But this doesn't happen anymore. Everything just does too much. Assassins have enough CC to be supports. Warriors have enough CC to be supports. Guardians have enough damage to go solo lane. Like, assassins have enough damage where they don't even have to lane. They can just one shot the mage, so it kind of just becomes a kill lane. It's okay to remove options from people. It's okay to make it so they can't do things. Everything is too samey. We no longer have early game gods, mid game gods, or late game gods because you have to be good at all points in the game or you're trash. If you're only good at early game, then you fall off. If you're only good at mid game, you're not good enough early game. If you're a late game god, you're literally just hoping that your entire team doesn't lose before you come online. It doesn't work that well. You have to be good at everything. So what was Hi-Rez's response with this? Let's crank up the numbers on every single item in the game and remove boots so junglers and middles and ADCs and warriors and guardians can literally kill somebody who's not building defense in one rotation of abilities with one damage item. It's absurd. There's too much. The characters are no longer built around utility or anything like that. They're just built around doing damage. I can physically make Chang'e one-shot people extremely early in the game. It's kind of absurd. It's a little obnoxious that a character with low scaling who's meant to be pure utility can actually just blink one shot the mid lane after one or two items. I don't know what else to say. It just, the characters just all feel the same. I'm not really building unique builds based on characters. I'm doing the same builds for everyone. I don't really have to like change anything. It's just, I don't know. Gods are not feeling unique, whether it be because of the items, whether it be because of the balance on gods. I have no idea where it's coming from, but it's really hurting my enjoyment for the game, and I think it's hurting other people's enjoyment of the game. And I really hope someone at Hi-Rez ends up learning this, but it is really, really getting to the point where it is kind of boring, where every single character just feels like they do the same thing. Numbers are way too high, and the pace of which we get items and how much power they give us and how hard the power spikes are is just, it's kind of meshing together how all the characters feel, so it doesn't even feel like I'm playing a different character anymore. No, that's just me. That's one of the design flaws for Smite that I've had personally in my mind this whole time. If I don't know how Hi-Rez can solve this solution. I think it would take a lot more work than they can do in a single season. It would have to be a project for future seasons. But I think something needs to get done because I don't know how many gods can keep releasing and that feel exactly the same as the previous ones. I don't know. That's just me. Let me know how you guys feel in the comments. Tell me if you agree with me. Tell me if I'm an idiot. I'm down. Let me know. Anyway, you guys have a good one. Enjoy the rest of this gameplay. Thank you guys for watching. I think you should have fought me there, brother. I don't know what you were trying to do. You thought you was in the solo me. We need a Chalky Milk emote. We had a hard time getting in touch with our artist last time, so probably soon. What is he building? Bye. I'll wait until my item gets here before I try to kill him. Might hit him with some poke though. Y'all really need everyone to fucking kill me, huh? God damn, bro. I should have kept my other headphone in. I didn't hear him jump, or else I wouldn't have gotten killed. My team has generally helped me out a lot this game. I'm not really mad about it. It is what it is. It's perfectly fine. Oh my god, I missed my one, bro. Oh, yeah, you guys fucked up on this. This actual comp right here, this Hi-Rez Chang'e, is actually nuts. Hi-Rez jungle Chang'e middle is actually nuts. Like, I'm not even like trolling or like making a joke, right? Like, this is actually disgusting. What the fuck are you doing, buddy? Like, does he not know I hit hard? I'm fucking dead. I was on there. Should have just left. I mean, this is just how the new schedule is, Faded. I was gonna lose my red buff for that. I should have backed off. I can't do that stuff anymore. I gotta just leave him alone on that. Because now I don't have enough burst damage to one-shot this person. I need to group the fuck up.
Why'd you hop the fuck off my dick, bro? God damn, that's like the third time you went on me, like, in a row. Yeah, that's what we talking about. New setup looks great. Thank you. I know you haven't seen it in a while. You must, Evo, you must have been like gone for a while because of the time. In case you guys didn't know, we stream in the mornings now. Adora got a full-time job, so she works and she gets out of work around like 4. So I started starting my stream later. Yeah, so the stream usually ends now around like 10 or 12. Yeah, so not we're usually starting stream anywhere between 3 a.m. to 5 a.m. And then I stream until like lunchtime. Sometimes I'll stream the whole day. Sometimes we'll do like 13-hour stream days. If the games on Smite are really bad, I'll just log off after 6 hours because like it is what it is. So I'll log off at like 11 or 12. But for example, we started off at like 4. We're about to we just hit the 5-hour mark. So normally, like if we started around the stream around like 4, the stream would end around 10 a.m. Evo, thank you very much for the resub. I appreciate it. That's tier 3 resub. Mind you, these streams aren't gonna always only be Smite though. Like, I've agreed to like 6 hours of Smite a day, and then other than that, like, I will probably swap over to other games. That's what's up. I do hope this daytime stream stuff starts picking up though. We'll be able to eventually. Now that I'm really working on YouTube really diligently, and now that I'm gonna be working on, I'm gonna try really hard to start working on TikTok and all the other nonsense. I will be able to do other stuff. I just like, I'm gonna be completely honest. What happened that fucked over my, what was bad for me is I never built up a YouTube channel. I only ever did Smite. I mean, I only ever did like Twitch. I never really wanted to do YouTube, so I just didn't do it like a fucking idiot, and that like really hindered my career, and it was a really bad fucking call, and I was completely wrong, and it's probably the biggest thing I regret out of anything I've done in my entire life. So now I'm fighting to like get some YouTube presence going. So I'm teaching myself how to edit, and I'm starting to put stuff up on YouTube that's like literally from me. As we start getting more viewers and I can start dedicating more time to YouTube, I'll work on better edits and stuff like that. I really like Tina's, but I haven't been able to play it much. Bro, y'all thought, y'all thought, bro, y'all thought that was gonna work. I think he's intentionally missing. No, I think he's intentionally losing the game because he gave up on his team. I don't know, but he's been doing that like for the past like 10 minutes. To be fair, he hasn't actually ulted me in the past like 10 minutes. He's only been ulting in front of me. And changing passives isn't going to change anything. Why would giving God's passives do anything? What's up, Rinsack? Changing passives isn't going to make anything like more enjoyable. That's a placebo thing. They've been doing God changes this whole time. God changes aren't going to fucking make the game more fun.